Let's welcome to Team Electron for the next presentation, everyone.
Hello everybody, can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so hello, we're from Team Electron and we have a pre-recorded pitch to show you guys. I hope it will go smoothly. I'm gonna present right now.
Students who have decided to form a group in order to solve some major problems regarding this global pandemic, especially in Cambodia using IoT or Internet of Things. But before we go in through those solutions that our team have come up with, first let me ask you some questions. Have you ever thought about trying to do researching or reading news article regarding this deadly coronavirus? But then you remember you have your own life to deal with, and it would be a waste of time to do so because there's so many misinformation news and so many unreliable resources. Or maybe you have a problem finding a store that will provide a good quality essential products like face masks or hand sanitizers to help you protect yourself from this virus. That's why our team have come up with a solution to help with those things.
So to address these issues, we have come up with a web app. So why a web app and not a normal app that you can download from the App Store or Play Store? Well, that's the point. You don't have to download our web app. You can just use your browser to go to it. And which means it doesn't take space on your phone. Also, for developers, it means that you can just code once and it can be used for all devices, be it phone, tablet, or desktop. You can just use one code base. Also meaning that you can always have an up-to-date experience with our app, since every time you enter it, when you refresh it, it serves you the latest information that we have updated it with. With a normal app, you'd have to go to the Google Play Store and update it yourself or set it to auto-update. And in fact, you can actually test it out right now. You can scan this QR code or you can click the link there and try it out for yourself. So while you're browsing around our app, let me just walk you through the tech stack that we're using. For the language, we're using JavaScript. We're using the Next.js framework, which makes it a server-side rendered web page, ensuring it will be a fast experience. And for styling, we're using Sass, a super version of CSS. And for content management, for example, in our news tab or the homepage, the content is served from this content management system. Developing an app takes time and resources, and we need to compensate somehow, even if our effort is at its nature nonprofit. We have come up with ideas for potential revenue sources, one of it being the Ministry of Health. For example, in South Korea, developers have collaborated with the government in order to develop their own apps that track users where COVID cases are happening, which is why South Korea is one of the best countries with regards to handling COVID. And of course, another potential source of revenue is e-commerce. We can connect sellers with buyers, such as those from the countryside that have difficulty accessing certain goods and products. Like, for example, they don't have Aeon Mall over there or Lucky Mart. So the last thing I want to talk you through is scalability. And as you may know, it's a web app. So one code base can serve for all devices. And even if we expand it further, even if our app grows by 100-fold, we can just use the same language because Next.js framework is a good scalable language, which leads us to the final point, our roadmap.
Regarding our roadmap, our team still at the stage of development right now, but we would release it if we can. And we will try to advertise it to our targeted customer, and we will try to find potential investor to invest in this project. And because our project is a one code-based web app, it would be easily for us to improve our project based on the feedback that we got. And our team strongly believes that this project can expand its scalability in the long run. And thank you for all your listening. If you have any questions regarding this project that our team working on, feel free to ask us.
Okay, thank you. So this is the end of the presentation of Team Electron.
Wow, thank you very much, guys, for a very good presentation. So this is the time for our honorable judges for the question. Okay, so Mr. Sang Lei, he raise it up, raise a hand. Okay.
Yes. So hello everyone. And I just want to say congrats for an amazing presentation. I love how you switch around between two people presenting. So I just have a few questions on regarding on how you gather or fetch the information. So firstly is how do you get a reliable COVID-19 information data? Because as you can see now, currently have a problem of having too many unreliable source of information. So how can you make sure that people trust the source of information?
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm sharing my screen right now. So our COVID information, we gather it. Sorry for that. We are taking information from the Cambodian Ministry of Health website. So as you can see on our website homepage, you can go right now. We can click on that and it will direct you to the CDC MOH website. So while it's not the fastest, it is the most reliable we have right now. And also for the table at the top, the main table that we take it from multiple sources. I fetch an API call from different sources such as the Johns Hopkins University, CDC, United States CDC, and World Health Organization to clarify that we have the right information.
Cool. Thank you. The second question is since you have a lot of products or services in your website, you have the COVID-19 data, you have the news, you have the store, and also emergency as well. So how do you how do you divide the role of the task in your team to handle each of the product or service that you provide?
So mainly I do the development and design for the website, and I have a content creator right here. So we are using a content management system, so he will handle the news part. I can show it right now. And he will be the one so there's one guy handling all the news sources. He will take the latest news and only the one from reliable sources. And we have other team members that will, in the future, for now the store is just a demo. In the future, we'll contact different vendors in order for us to launch our e-commerce project. That will be another person's responsibility. And for the emergency link, it's only just a contact page for you to easily find out who to contact in case of emergency. So, for example, it's common that when something bad happens, we panic and we don't know who to contact. So you can just open a website and you can see right here, this is the police number and this is for the Ministry of Health.
Okay, that's all for my questions.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a question. What is your vision for this app or this platform?
So basically, our vision for this app is to make it easier for people to access information about COVID. And so right now, in order for you to find out what's happening in Cambodia, you might have to Google search your own to find. You might have to Google Cambodia COVID cases or whatever. With this app, our vision is to allow people in one click to get the latest news, the most important and reliable news. And also, when they want to, they can also get products that they want from our store.
Okay. Recently, I also see that there's an app from the Ministry of Information, and there's also a function that giving you an updated news about COVID-19 news and other cases. So how is your products or services different from the other app provided by the Ministry of Information or other relevant ministry?
I haven't checked out the one from the ministry yet, but I think one of our main unique points that can differentiate us, but I haven't checked the ministry one yet, but I might assume that our app, since we have our own editors to publish the news, so sometimes we can't, there's small minority of cases that we can't trust the government for information, so we'd have to verify it with news from other countries reporting on us as well. So that's one of our main unique selling points of our news API. that we can differentiate between what is neutral news and what is biased news. I hope you understand that.
Okay. And can I have one more question?
Yes, sir.
So for some study they have conducted, it is forecasted that the COVID-19, so the world population probably gonna get vaccinated by the end of 2022, let's say by that period. So is it an end to your, when the COVID-19 finish, is it an end for your product as well?
I wouldn't say so, since as you might know, vaccine rollouts can take a long time. It can take even longer than 2 or 3 years. And also, even if the coronavirus is finally defeated, there's no saying that there won't be another pandemic coming soon. Like, I'm not wishing for it, but just in case, our InfoCuff can change its name identity, but we can have the same functionality for different crises in the future.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.